stinky crits. What the fuck? What the? I'm just kidding. I'm not mad. I want to put camera on, but dude, I'm like breaking out real bad recently. High profile court cases and investigations and appeals, never. Wouldn't that be crazy?
If you can give me a stand, and then yes,
Not your looks, it's true.
stand up or you want to sit
Oh
down?
my god, my hero. You know
Of
people
course, I
propose
was
with a
rooting for
ring.
you in the- Yeah.
Damn, let me tell you. This is the
I'm
same
married,
thing.
but not legally married.
I'm married too,
Wow.
but not legally. Also, wait, pens out.
Yeah.
I can't yell. I'm very focused right now, but you want to know what Rhodes calls me? He calls
call you that?
He calls me his son. S-U-N, because I'm his shining star.
Oh. Okay.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, you almost had me there. I was about to arrest you.
Well, I mean, Ziggy is my husband, and the PD is a family, and you're all my brothers and sisters. Go ahead. I dare you to try and hold me against my will on my First Amendment right. I'll fucking challenge the courts all day with that shit. You gotta reach for a gun for this? What, are you kidding me, Pitzone?
I was reaching for my cuffs. I keep my cuffs by my gut
Okay, all right.
so I could sling him like Batman.
Oof, just like out.
Thank you.
I hear a horn going. I don't know whose horn it is, but it is annoying. Do you hear that?
No.
It might be your car. I don't know.
You going schizo? You okay?
No, I'm definitely hearing a
You
horn.
did too much?
Eh.
You know, that's what happens when you get in too many chases. You just hear car sirens out of nowhere. I could actually repair mine too.
Yeah, it's all good. Does anybody else hear a horn by chance?
Negative.
Maybe Pinzone is right. I might be going fucking schizo.
Who's the primary officer arresting the suspect at the moment?
I thought that was you, Lucas.
Oh, people are okay.
If it's
We're doing it like that.
I'll take him. I don't care. I just need to know charges.
No, that's
I thought it was you. Yeah, I didn't know.
right. Okay. Did he receive medical yet or no?
Yeah, he did. He's good. I can't let go of my radio now. So you guys are gonna hear me repair. Red wire goes to the blue wire. Green wire goes to the red wire. Oh, there you go.
Lucas, I'm down to help out with process. I'm getting a call from Alice for another process. Am I good to break off and I'll meet you in the cells?
Yeah.
Hey, firm. Copy. I'll meet you in the cells. I haven't taken anything off him. I haven't searched him. I just got his ID though.
Give me a second.
No, you're
Hi.
good.
Did you call me back?
Yeah, I'm just calling you back. I am
Sure.
meeting you in the cells if you're still down there.
Sure, I am.
Okay.
I called a lawyer to ask their opinion on it. It's just, I guess it depends on, like, we can essentially hit him with felony possession of marijuana and sale of drugs, or we can hit him with felony possession with intent to distribute. Pretty much both. He fits both of those, because they witnessed him with hand transactions, handoffs. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're fine. Okay.
I just want to know your opinion on whether or not we should push. I want a second opinion because I don't want it to seem like if I say one way, it's just me saying it versus having another opinion on it.
Do we know of a better use case for this charge? Because this is a big charge, right?
I don't think there has been one.
Let me look this up.
Though I think there actually was a drug trafficking chase case yesterday, even. So I wonder what made them push for a drug trafficking case.
Damn. Does anyone have a clip of that body that Flop did? That body was so good. I'm looking for another. I don't know. I see felony possession of marijuana. I don't know if we've pushed for. Let me read the charge. So the circumstance surrounding the discovery would be witnessing the handoff. Do we have a photo of the handoff?
They did not. They said that they have 3 officers witnessed the handoff.
Okay.
Nobody has a photo.
So 3 officers witnessed it. Or a pattern of behavior of the suspects, such as a large sums of money, high-grade weaponry, or other paraphernalia used in the measuring, weighing, or breaking down of large quantities. Does he have anything that would be considered? I guess we can call it potential equipment that would help him break stuff down.
No. However, that is okay. So it's like the charge itself is divided into 2, which is quote unquote the discovery of surrounding the discovery of the drugs, which was they witnessed it, or the pattern of behavior, which is then divided by 3 more things, which he did have $2,000 in rolled cash in his backpack and not in his wallet.
Yeah. I think that can be articulated. The only thing that I will say is if you think that there's enough, then absolutely go for it. My only big gripe is I do think a judge is going to rip apart the fact that there's no photo of a handoff.
Okay.
And I think it's going to leave, because we have to go off of evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. He was handing something off, and if he stated that he wasn't, yeah, we have 3 officers for statements. I think that should be enough, but I do think that a photo would solidify that, because that is a big charge. I feel like we should have the evidence to suffice a big charge. If you think that there's enough, I mean, the worst case is that he gets flack for it, and the judges tell us what they're actually looking for.
True. I do agree with that. That he can fight it. I'm gonna be honest, Slop. They're just asking my opinion, and I think that it's fair for me to get a secondary opinion on it, because I don't want to. If I say instead you should just hit him with felony possession of marijuana and sale of drugs, and it be just me kind of making that decision. This especially specifically with the suspect themselves. So that's kind of my thought, which is why I wanted to kind of pick your brain on your opinion on it. I can see both are both fit, truly. Both do fit. As I do believe that officers witnessed him, 3 officers witnessed him with their testimony that he did a handoff, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. We didn't see a handoff, but we saw people approach him, like 3 or 4 people approached him, but he didn't give them anything.
Okay, so you didn't see a handoff.
We did not see a handoff. No. I never said that.
Okay.
I'll be honest. And I know this isn't going to be like the best answer. I want you to push what you feel is comfortable. If it were me and you didn't witness a handoff and or get a photo of a handoff, I personally wouldn't push it.
Okay, I mean, we're inclined to agree. We think a 3, like okay. So basically, the reason why we're even thinking about the distribution part is because he was caught with 1,000 grams of weed in his car previously. That's the only reason. And then we saw him standing in a scene where there was 2 calls of drug sales within minutes before. And then we arrived, and he was masked up, and people were like, somebody was walking up to him, but naturally he didn't give them a product because we were there.
Of course.
And then we started bluffing a little bit with the K9 sniffing, and he just booked it.
He took off. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
so-
for clarification, if you did not see a handoff, I would not say. I don't even think you can push sale of drugs. Even. I think you could only hit him with possession.
White and color
Even with the
order being
cash and
blocked
the
by 2 times.
bags of weed on him.
Oh my god. Time for a
I mean,
picture.
if you didn't
Are you
see him make a
excited? Okay,
sale,
I'll be
then
gentle.
you didn't see a sale, right?
Okay, mugshot.
I will say this. I will say this. This is my middle ground opinion, and you can tell me I'm insane. The worst case that comes out of this is you press the other charge, and if you catch him a third time, at least you're now building the pattern, right?
Right.
And at that point, if he's caught a third time, then I would say at that point you probably are building a case enough to maybe have the consideration of the push. Let me read what Sale.
By the time you hit the third time, then it is classified for drug trafficking. If I read
really?
drug trafficking correctly, yeah. When I say that, I very briefly touched up on reading drug trafficking. I'm going to be honest, because I was reading the other ones and talking to the lawyer specifically about the pattern for the intent to distribute. But that was also going off of that they witnessed him do a handoff for a sale, and that I think was just a miscommunication because I understood it as that they witnessed him make a handoff for a sale. But if they didn't, then I don't think they have the felony possession with intent to distribute at all.
The only thing about the sale of drugs that I will make note is that it makes comment sale of a controlled dangerous substance, and then it says down below engages in a transaction to sell and or receive. And I think if there was no engagement there of witness, I would say he may fight the sale of drugs. You could try and go for it if you feel like you have enough based on what you have. It could set precedent, but I do worry that because the witness of the actual physical engagement was not there, they may challenge that too.
Hold on.
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm not trying to argue, but
No,
like,
no. You're good.
500 grams of weed on a person is not for personal use.
I don't disagree.
Like and he was standing in a scene where there were multiple calls that there were somebody selling drugs. And the man had $2,000 of dirty money on him.
You don't see me?
Like I get what we're saying. I understand. I agree. I'm not pushing to push the distribution. I'm just like a general precedent here needs to be set. And I think
What I'm saying is I think the handoff would constitute the sale of drugs. However, with the catcall in the area, this is what you have, right? You were there on a call with suspicion that someone was selling drugs. This man's there. Somebody comes up to him, right? No handoff occurs because you're on scene. You have a conversation with him. You try and egg him on a little bit. He takes off running. You search him. In his possession is a bunch of wadded up cash in his backpack and marijuana. I think you can set the articulation for the fact that he was probably selling drugs. And I think that it would probably be good to see that go to court. I think I think if you wanted, the worst that's going to happen is a judge is going to ask, did you witness the actual transaction? That's the worst that's going to happen. But I think
you get clarification, right? You get clarification on what is considered engaged in a transaction, which is someone walking up to someone, engaging in a potential transaction. Like that's what a bench trial or something would clarify that, right? Which is what we need.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, look up
I
here,
agree.
file
I'm not arguing again with anyone, but I'm just like, in my world, at some point, you cannot catch everybody doing everything at there's just too much pointing to the fact that he was selling drugs.
I don't disagree.
There's just no word. Like, we cannot always be expected to catch someone red-handed with the hand in the cookie jar. But if we see the crumbs around his shirts and he has chocolate smears all around his mouth.
Never leave me in that room again. That was fucking terrible.
What? I wouldn't do that to you.
Listen, I don't disagree with you.
Let's take your fingerprint really quick.
Unfortunately,
is
oh god.
I got my fingerprint tester here.
my suggestion is felony possession.
Hey, could you keep it down a little bit, please?
What is that?
My suggestion
Ooh,
would
so
be
there they
to
go.
charge him
It's the
with
fingerprint
felony
machine.
possession
That sounded a
and
hell of a
sale
lot
of
different than a
drugs,
fingerprint
Yep.
machine.
and
What do you mean?
see what goes from
That'd
there.
fucking
If he
dope, yeah.
pled guilty to the possession charge earlier, he might be dumb enough to just fucking go with what you tell him. And I mean, he kind of looks stupid, honestly. So I wouldn't be surprised at
Hey,
all. Like,
Breezy, how did you do? I thought
probably
you
will
said
just
your
plead
name was
guilty to
Brazy,
that,
not
and
Breezy. What?
Nah,
you just started
call you
building the
Breezy. You hear
case
what you wanna
to
hear at this
the
point.
third
but-
instance, which, like I said, I'm pretty sure after a third
Okay.
instance of, I don't know if it's just
Okay.
possession or if it has to be
I'm
sale
gonna
of
put
drugs,
all your stuff
but
in a
at
little
that point, then
baggie,
he gets
and it's
the
going
then
to
it's
be
pushing towards drug
put
trafficking,
away,
right?
sent up to boiling
All
point
right.
variety. You'll be able to get it when you get
Especially,
out. Your knife, you will
Alright.
still be able to keep
uh,
your knife, okay? But it's just gonna be a little deeper in your backpack, alrighty?
Okay.
I would have I would lean that way personally.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right. I'll go with it. I'm willing to go to court over it because there's just no way that we like,
I don't-
it's not feasible.
I don't
Alrighty,
disagree.
let's get
The
you.
We need
only
clarification regardless,
the
right?
worst
Yeah.
the worst a judge is going to say is that you need evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, and they're going to try and pick apart the written charge, which is why I'm telling you what I would need to comfortably push, but we are kind of skating a gray area as to if it's beyond. And I think if a judge can clarify if this is beyond, then I think that the worst that happens is that he tells you no, and now we know for future. If he tells you yes, then at least now we know what the bar is, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, the weed is also individually wrapped. Like
yes,
it's just like it's crazy. If this goes to court and a judge doesn't think that this is enough evidence to find someone guilty of pushing drugs, I generally don't know what the fuck we're doing.
like I said, you were there, you were a witness. Based on what you're telling me, I think you have enough points to articulate what you're going for.
Yeah. Do you okay? So you back me up in my decision. I'm gonna push this. I've decided. I'm pushing this.
Felony possession with intent?
No. Felony possession of marijuana and sale of drugs.
Oh,
Sale of
yeah,
drugs.
yeah.
I agree with that.
100%, yes.
And again, going to court is not a bad thing. That is his right, and I think that also it would give us clarification. And I think in our eyes, we can agree that those things were done on the situation. Again, like I told you, make sure you take pictures of the dispatch calls.
I gotta help
or
Lucas real
the-
quick.
Already done. All filed. All good.
Yeah, I would go with that.
There's your shackles. Slips hands through open vent. Face away from me, please, and I'll get your cuffs. Okay? Thank ya.
Got it? Can you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Can you see it?
Oh, flop back up, please.
No,
Bro, what?
Yo,
I'm
you want me to back up?
combative.
Oh no, you're good.
Wait, is that flop?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's flop.
Fucking. You know what, flop? You know what? All things aside, like nice fucking tackle, man. Like honestly,
Man, I was so proud of that shit. Oh my God, Lucas.
like, dude.
Listen, they call that, there was someone running through the white garage, and I'm like, oh, perfect. So I was like this, and I heard your footsteps, and I came out like a fucking, wah!
Nah, you hit me with the creep. Fuck.
Dude, I was, I don't want to say I was camping, but man,
You
let me
know
tell
why?
you,
You
I was
know-
I
Bro,
was
have you
stoking the
never had
fire.
you never had a citation before either? He don't even got a damn profile.
I'm fresh.
As crazy as that.
I
I
can
told you it was my
tell.
first time. Go easy.
My boy, we just going and got food like chicken chips, and then
Now you know what the worst thing about that was, flop. I was looking behind me too, because I was scared. You know, I was scared another officer was coming up behind the guy. Fucking just boom.
Just took a knife out and was just like, "Where you from?" 'Cause,
Damn,
obviously we wear
that's
school
crazy.
uniforms, right? So, like, back then,
Yeah, good for you, man.
people would, like, try to
Yeah,
ask where you're from, like,
I held it down. I tried.
where a school uniform, like, where you from?
Yeah.
Jordan, like, yeah,
Lucas, do you want to talk about anything regarding this?
Yeah, just give me
Yeah.
give me like one stuff.
You're good. I'll be over at the other arrest right now that I
Okay.
came down here for. If you need me, just pull me. I got you. I'm here.
Continue today with sale of drugs
Okay, let me get your profile.
instead of the intent to distribute. Okay. I'm gonna be charging with felony possession of marijuana and resisting arrest.
Sale of drugs.
Yeah. Basically, we have we didn't catch you with the hand in the cookie jar, but everything else. You have a rolled up cash in your backpack. You have individually bagged bags of marijuana. We have two calls in close like timeline to where you were there, and we're confident that you were selling drugs, and
Yeah, but,
you're.
but if you didn't see me do it, how can you know I was selling drugs?
I mean,
I
if
smoke the Mary Jane heavy.
yeah, but you then 50
We had the
500 grams of Mary J is
there were a lot
not.
of people that were very interested in talking to you. Is
Yeah, who
well.
cares?
You have
Yeah,
that
but
food on
hang
you
on,
as well,
anyone
so if
say
you're
nothing.
hungry or thirsty,
Oh,
you
yeah.
You
I
just
mean,
come up to me.
Yeah, but you know, the word on the street, you
Love,
said
can
you
I
were
drag you
him,
for a
right?
sec?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm that guy, yeah, because I'm just, you know what they know me for?
Okay, so this is the only thing that I'm confused of because
Hmm?
I haven't had much to do with this.
What's
We
up?
found about 10 HVAC parts in the back of the trunk of that car.
Okay.
Last time I had done something like this, we said I think it's possession of stolen goods or some degree. It was like the only thing that was able to be pushed.
What was the
But I
initial
don't know
reason
if
for
that has changed.
the call?
He crashed into me and fled, so he's getting a citation for negligent driving.
Okay. Let me see. Um,
But then would I be GSR positive?
so the HVAC units, he had 10 of them?
10 in the trunk of that vehicle that he was driving, yes.
Mm,
Because I know it's possession of stolen goods, but I don't know, like, usually it was like finding one or like two, but 10 seems insane, right? Like, am I wrong in saying that? I don't
no,
know.
that's a
Wait,
lot.
I have a question. Did you catch him actually stealing the HVAC, or did you just crash into him?
No, he crashed into me and then he fled from that pursuit. And then
Okay,
they were in the
you-
trunk of his vehicle.
Did you catch him with the? Were you responding to a call for HVAC?
No, no.
So he just randomly has them in his trunk.
Yes.
How do you prove that they're stolen? Did you
I mean,
talk-
That was
did you-
sort of
did
my
you random
follow-up
and ask
question.
him?
Well, that's what I would assume as well, but I've been told completely otherwise because they're marked as stolen goods.
Oh, they're marked. Okay, I didn't know that.
Right?
Can I
So
have money?
because of that, I mean it is
Downtown
still
James,
inherently
James,
possession of stolen goods. No? Like I guess I'm just trying to like say
Uh,
yes or no to
where,
that.
where are these HVACs? Are they in
I
evidence?
don't know. Lawson, are you on frequency still?
Is there a photo of it?
No, he did not do that.
Let's do 16 and we play numbers game. You gonna do it or what? 1 to 5. We do 1 to 5.
Lawson's call sign is 165, right?
Hold on. Yes.
You pick a region, so I say between 1 to 5, and on 1 we
And
both say
while I say that, that was a while ago, so I don't know if they're still, you know, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like
just
don't
need
know
a
if
better
it's
look at
still
them.
marked as
I
stolen
just,
goods.
yeah, I need to know if they're marked as stolen goods. If they're marked as stolen goods, then yes, you can charge it, but I don't know if they are. Also,
Yeah.
by the way, in that pursuit, when I was smoking, I should have been more clear to you on radio to be like, yo, I'm smoking like a motherfucker. I need you to pass me because I don't want to hold secondary while smoking a fucking,
No, you're fine.
you know, but
Yo,
A
Okay,
pack?
no, don't apologies. Lawson, where are those HVAC units?
I'd literally just put him in evidence.
Okay. Do you have a photo of them or any labels on them?
I'll go take a look. Oh, do
I
you?
Yeah, I'm gonna add him.
Okay.
Now.
You do? Are they marked as
Yeah.
stolen goods or no?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
there we go.
I'm adding it now. Yeah, sorry.
I would,
What do you think that counts for that then? Like, I think it would, but I feel like we shouldn't charge more than one count of it though.
do
What you
one
think
for
of that?
now, and I'll talk to either captains or Barrick about how he feels about adding on, or even a lawyer about. Actually, I might even just ask a judge.
What was that Wait, could it technically be
Be what?
It would be possession of stolen goods.
contraband? Could it be contraband in any degree or no?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, listen. Read contraband. Contraband for the purposes of this charge is defined as the following items: colored laptops, dongles, excluding used USB sticks, and any other item that has been marked for police seizure.
Is it specifically say police seizure? Is that what it says on it? I'd
Yes,
have to see
marked
the
for
picture.
police seizure. That's what the charge says.
Is that what it's
No.
labeled at? Like the
No, it's labeled stolen goods. So
Is it labeled
it would
stolen goods?
be-
And then
yeah.
Okay.
there we go.
Yeah. So the I would do stolen goods and
I would do one count.
all one count. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I
lumps them
thought as
all
well. I
together.
feel like if I give him 10 charges of stolen goods, that's a 10K fine and good faith behind that. So I would
Yeah.
down for that.
I heard 64, 23 apartments.
Yeah, so when it's labelled stolen goods, that means that you charge him with possession of stolen goods, then, eh?
Yeah, I know.
What was that? Sorry.
It happens to me.
Like, because those compressors are labelled stolen goods, right?
They're marked with a
What was
company.
the outcome?
Oh,
He
sorry.
pled guilty, and yeah, he pled guilty. So we have 2 cases against this man where he's pled guilty to being in possession of marijuana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's.
if he gets caught again, I would hit him with the intent, and then after the intent, if he's got
Drug trafficking.
if he has 3 instances with the intent of felony possession, then that's drug trafficking. So
I just want to say bike patrol, baby.
Bike patrol. I can't believe, like, when you followed him off the freeway.
bike than anything. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, he like, we're up on the freeway. He jumps off the freeway. Trick
come-
follows
Larry,
after
this
him. The
way.
next thing we hear is, I got him in cuffs. I need backup. He's so cool.
I mean, hey.
Okay, Flop, I need to ask you, because
Yeah, what's
the
up?
car was driving around us and he was not leaving. At what point do you not consider discharging your weapon? Not
Are you okay?
maybe to,
Was his vehicle
to
being
aim to
used
kill.
as a weapon against yourself or others? What was
He was driving around us constantly. Like he could have just as easily struck us.
I feel
Like,
like if he actually struck an officer, then that's grounds to probably open fire on him.
He
'cause
pulled
he's
up
putting
next to you
himself in danger
twice.
and others.
So all I asked was, because I wasn't there initially on scene, was why are we
Yeah.
opening fire?
I mean,
from what I saw, I personally would not have made the call to open fire. We bullied him away. He got upset, and to his point, he's like, "I'm trying to leave, but you keep pushing me." And
Yeah.
so we finally opened it up, and he left. But it doesn't excuse the fact that we warned him to leave 4 times, and he said to me, "What are you gonna do about it?"
That's my whole point. Like
Yeah.
at some point we need to verbalize that we're gonna shoot you if you don't leave.
The problem though is opening fire. What level of force is someone just refusing to leave a scene, right?
I mean, he's driving a 2-ton deathmobile. We cannot forget that we were on foot with the 95. We were fearing for both our lives and the 95's lives.
Like said, the weight of the vehicle is one thing. He's still just circling a scene.
He
I would.
actually struck me once, I believe.
Do you believe or do you know?
I can. It all happened pretty quickly, but I'm pretty sure he.
If he had struck you, completely different, right? But from what I had seen, I'm not denying there. I didn't say no, don't open fire. I just asked, why are we opening fire? Because from what I saw, him circling the scene, it's a pain in the ass and it's annoying and it's frustrating. And yeah, he was a smart ass about it. But I don't think we need to resort to shooting over something like that. Personally, I wouldn't have made the call to open fire. That's me. But if he had intentionally tried striking you, I think that would have been different.
I mean, I was trying to open his door to rip him out, and then he. I don't know. I don't remember what he did. If he drove off and I fell or whatever it was.
Here's where I was going with and what I saw. If he was intentionally trying to hit you, he would have, in the 3 times that he pulled up next to you, would have just struck you at that point. But instead, he pulled up next to you on 3 different occasions. To me, in the way that I read that, was a pattern of behavior would have been that he would have had 3 incidents at that point to strike you, and he didn't. And because he pulled up next to you, I did not believe he was intentionally trying to hit you. Now, if he if he did hit you, that's one thing. That's your call. That's your word. I made the call to bully this guy off the scene. Yeah, the car weighs a shitload. I will be the first to admit, but The way that I had read it, the only reason I asked why are we opening fire was because I didn't know if there's something that I had missed prior with that vehicle. So I wasn't disagreeing, but at the same time, from what I saw, I personally wouldn't have made the call to open fire.
No, I agree. I felt. I'll be honest. The reason why I even said it is because I felt threatened. Like
That's fair.
I was
I
pretty
mean, it's a
naked.
deadly weapon.
Mm.
It's a deadly weapon. That he was clearly trying to get in. He was moving officers out of the way with his vehicle. You know,
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe just the threat of opening a fire
it
would
makes
be
him
enough.
listen.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. I think I was wrong, but I was afraid. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, that especially on bikes, I mean, that shit's terrifying.
I mean, I didn't even have a bike. I was literally on foot because I jumped down
Yeah.
from the bridge after the 95.
No, definitely.
But either way, what do we? Can I place bikes at that point? Like PBS wasn't really authorized, but what else can I do?
If they're circling the scene, I mean, you could make the call like, hey, you know, if this person keeps circling the scene, feel free to spike the vehicle. That would have been,
Okay.
you know, me personally, I would suggest that if I'm at a scene and someone keeps circling, you know, and they keep coming back, hey, listen, when on their way back, throw spikes down. I wouldn't leave them down, but I would throw spikes down, and you know, try and deter. And again, if he tried coming right at you and he did something at that point, absolutely, you know, open fire. But
the problem is, like, in my mind, right, is that it's already too late to be like, I'm gonna shoot you after he strikes me once, because I'm probably dead. Let's be honest.
well, you're telling me that you think you were hit, and I was just asking if he intentionally tried to hit you. If he accidentally swiped you.
No. If we forget the accidental swipe, I'm just saying, like, in that scenario, I'm alone. I have two I don't know. First of all, the other cops didn't do anything at the start. I feel like he was just.
I was on the freeway.
Yeah, no, but the two in the cars. He was just chilling there for some reason.
I had just gotten on scene and I was in the dirt and I tried to accelerate and I fucking jackknifed. That one was on me. But once I started pushing him out of the way, he kept coming back for some reason.
Yeah.
Which I thought was weird. I agree with you that if he hit you at that point, something would have happened. The way I saw it was you had sufficient officers on scene. If he made the intent to try and strike you at that point, he would have been warned and then he would have been shot at. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I was wrong. Yeah.
All good. I mean, listen, that's the beauty of you know, opening and talking. I again was late on scene. I didn't have the full story. Now that I do, I still probably would have stuck to my gun on not opening fire, but we live and learn and we go from there. So
I mean, surely we can tell them that we will open fire if they don't leave, right?
it depends. If we can't tell them if you don't leave, we're gonna shoot you. But if you say if you swipe close or drive close to myself again, or attempt to swipe me, I will open fire. At that point, you have now verbalized that if you get near me with that 2-ton car, I'm going to shoot you. At that point, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But to say if you don't leave the scene, we're gonna shoot. I think leaves it's too broad of a demand for the level of force that we're using. Right.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah.
All right. Well, at least we got a lot of weed off the streets, and we got a guilty plea. So
Yeah, good shit. That's huge. This guy's fucked. He gonna do it again. We know that.
Bike patrol on top, baby.
Dude, bike patrol. I'm telling you, I'm.
We're very.
If people don't see the beauty of bike patrol, dear God, people missing out. That's all I'm saying.
But you know what the best part is? He had no idea we were there because we simply just rolled up on our bikes. He couldn't hear us.
That's so
Completely
funny.
clueless. Yeah.
Well, that's our first bicycle pursuit. Earlier today we had the yeah. You were there for the obviously your own
Chad?
kidnapping. We had bike patrol roll in right at the end. Like myself and Bayweather ran from the movie studio because we documented the vehicle on that scene. We ran all the way from there down to the canals, and she was the one calling comms. Next thing I hear on the radio, I'm like, holy fucking shit, bike patrol up good. It was
It's
so
great.
cool.
Oh fuck yeah! No, you guys have been holding it down. You're doing fan. I commend and support Bike Patrol. I think.
Oh, you know the name of our unit, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
I think you need to say it. So.
RAWR.
No, yeah, I think you just need to. Not you don't need to abbreviate it. Just say it.
I think the listen.
What?
Yeah, I'm listening intently.
The RAR XD unit is on top.
There you go, baby.
It's on top. It's
on top. All right.
You know what it stands?
What?
You know what it stands for?
If it's the same in dispatch, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Rapid armed wheel response.
We can use our pistols on those.
Oh God. That's a fucking. I mean, listen. If someone opens fire from their vehicle, you're clear to fucking open fire from your bike. Holy shit! The drive-bys would be wild.
That has happened to me once in my entire career, and there was two of us doing bike patrol, and the vehicle opened fire on the police cruiser in front of us, and we're there in short shorts, polo shirts, and bicycle helmets shooting.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And we got him.
And you shot him? Yeah. I remember there was a time I was on bicycle patrol trying to get a guy for a parking violation. He ran for me. He ran behind a vehicle. He pulled a gun and I didn't see him. I had tased him and I warned him. I'm like, hey buddy, I'm pulling out my gun. If you resist cuffs, I'm going to shoot you. And he goes, the fuck you say? And he resisted and I shot him while he was getting up.
Nice.
That's real. That's real shit.
He aimed a gun at me and I had my taser out because I didn't see the gun. I had a secondary unit and I lost him. I didn't realize it, but I was like, man, bike patrol be getting intense.
Oh God, one of the worst moments in my career. I didn't realize that. Well, I'd known there were class 2s present at the time, but for some reason I had my taser out and I get out of a cruiser. This guy unloads his shotgun into an officer beside me. They go flying. I just tase him and he gets gunned down on the floor.
Oh my God. Oh boy, Howell was coming to him.
I know, but
hey, listen.
God.
I don't want to use the oh man, I don't want to say warlord, but man, there was a lord that day
during my cadet days. It was my cadet days. You know, we all have. I only shot one person, I think, and it was a single shot right between the eyes.
My first day ever on shift with any FTO ever. My first call, first shift, first response was a traffic stop where a guy got out with a hammer and attempted to strike an officer, and I got out as a cadet and I shot him in the head and he died. I mean, you know, listen, shit happens. I don't know.
You gonna come bike patrol?
I kind of want to fucking do bike patrol in a little bit.
Then do it.
Do it.
I'll join you in a couple. Let me go help out Lucas real quick, and
Yeah, sure.
I will go from there. I think I'm gonna partake.
We have a bicycle.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Flop for Roar XD. Oh God.
I'm suing over those fumes, by the way.
No, he's not. Shut up.
Do you know what the lawsuit was about?
Yeah, tell me.
So, car was smoking. I told the officer, like, hey, why don't you go back and stay with the guy that didn't run? There was weed in the car, which is constructive possession, right? So,
which, if you didn't understand, Mr. Breezy, that is what is happening with you and those goods at the moment. Okay.
Damn, that's actually very unironic timing. I actually didn't know that. So
I didn't even know what those goods were. I thought it was a turbo.
So constructive
It
possession.
did look like a turbo, though. Let's be honest.
There was a bunch of weed. There was a bunch of weed in this glove box, and the passenger would have had access to grab it, so we detained him. And I told a couple officers to go back with their smoking vehicle.
You're getting your bell.
You just cut flop off like that? That's.
I'm
fucking
just saying
crazy,
that you got
actually.
your bill. I just no
That's-
fucking
that's-
continue. I'm just you're
you've
getting your
changed.
bill. What?
You
I'm
changed it
being
up. You know what?
nice.
You know what?
Okay, so I'm gonna bill you next time. Oh, you're going in for 40. Okay, how about that
Wait,
one?
no, wait,
Hold on. Wait,
38.
we talking. But essentially, the individual who was the passenger was put into the smoking vehicle and transported to the police department because we had to find out who was going to take ownership between the driver who fled and this guy who was going to take ownership of the weed. So he gets held in a cell. He chooses not to talk or say anything. Prior to making it to MRPD, the car bursts into flames and the car blows up. He gets hurt. While he's laying on the ground, he claims, "Oh my God, I'm so happy to, I'm going to take your job, your money, blah, 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 blah." I'm like, what? So he tried suing the police department. It goes to court, a 4-hour court case. This man is found. The police department were in the right through and fucking through. This car.
Wait, 4 hours?
Yeah, 4-hour court case to be told to this guy that just because you were in a smoking police car, they don't believe the cops did anything with bad intention, which clearly was what happened. So when asked to transfer you in my car, I said no, because yesterday or 2 days ago, I just went through a 4-hour court case about that. So I ain't doing that shit again.
I remember that.
Right. And Flop, can you tell us
Yeah,
who
don't make
won?
me sue over those fumes.
Flop, can you tell us who won in that court case?
Oh yeah, the PD.
Who was the
Thank you.
real winner, though? 4
Thank you.
hours? Come on now.
Thank you. Okay, but again, Mr. Breezy, I have to ask you again. How do you
Mhm.
plead, guilty or not guilty? Because negligence is not a plea. So, one or the other.
The only thing I can plead is insanity, but if you want to plead insanity, we have to get a therapist down here, and that's a whole process you don't want to go through.
Yeah, no, guilty. We got 19 months. We're chilling.
Guilty, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Hey, chat. What's up, dudes?
So, Jay Breezy, do you have any last words
Woo!
for us?
We're back in the
call me.
PD. We're locked in here.
What? Those were his last words.
Mhm.
Okay. See you later. Have a good day.
Have a good
Oh,
one.
girl.
That was not what I wanted to do. God damn. Let me get my statement in real quick for this report.
Thank you.
Continuing to flee. Yo, Corinne, what's going on? Thank you so much for the brand new tier 1. I appreciate it. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Can we get some hearts in chat, please, for Corinne? Thank you. Hope you're doing amazing today. Excuse me. Whew. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your support. Y'all are amazing. We've had a lot of new subs recently, like genuinely a lot. Thank you to all of you for just the immense amount of support. It is just so unbelievably appreciated. I genuinely do appreciate it from the bottom of my little heart. My little heart. Because we love your RP. Well,
Again, I
I
have a
appreciate
question, right?
it. Uh-huh.
Because I have not read. Listen, Flop. I come from a time of policing where, again, our arrests were so cookie cutter, carbon copy all the time that things were very blanket, yes or no.
Yeah,
right.
things.
And I feel like
yeah.
recently, right now, it's not like that. things are a lot more confusing these days. Like
In terms of
most
what?
arrests, I mean, just like charges in general. I feel like it's like
Oh,
double
yeah.
guessing, etc.
A
So like,
lot
okay,
of charges are like kind of in question right now. I think we're going to be seeing that
are.
until we are a little bit more cookie cutter. I think we need to be a little bit
Yeah.
more cookie cutter. I also think this is a hot take. On
Yeah.
scene, we need more people just stepping up.
Well, 100%. I
think organization.
I used that scene where it wasn't your scene at all whatsoever, and you had to start talking, and like they called for a 77. I arrived and I got zero, little to none information. I didn't have
Yeah.
anything to work off of. So I arrived and I was like, what the fuck am I here for? That's just bad leading, to be honest. And obviously I say that with the mindset of it can be fixed.
Yeah, definitely. I'm on more scenes right now. I'm on more scenes right now where people are seeing the foot bail and they're leaving the primary vehicle.
To call out. Yeah. Well, no, because I was at. That's why we lost like two of the other suspects.
Yeah.
That's why I honestly opted to just letting the suspect that stayed back with the vehicle to just let them go, because I'm at the point where I was literally there alone. I had to call over radio and like, correct the parallel, and also mention to never do that again. Usually I try to not sound so aggressive, but I'm at the point where I think if people don't get a little bit of aggression in the mindset, they're not going to listen to it at all whatsoever.
Absolutely,
so
put your foot down.
I used it very minorly, but like, what am I to do with that? Like, and then when they arrived on scene, they were like, "Where's the other suspect?" Where I don't know. You left me here alone. So my question originally was, though, for Ming Fong, he was in the passenger seat. Throughout the pursuit, I did hear him, and this is in my good faith belief that I actually do believe that he wanted him to just pull over. I did hear someone in the vehicle saying, help, like, pull the car over, you crazy. Like they were talking to the driver. So I took down Ming's ID, phone number. I frisked them for any weapons, and they handed me their knife. I still need to call them and get that back to them. But at that point, there was nothing else that I probably would have done with them. I think if we knew about what was in the vehicle, that would have been different. But they didn't resist arrest. They weren't driving, so they were not technically recklessly evading. The vehicle wasn't stolen, so nothing like that. What would you have even charged them with after that?
No, definitely.
Nothing, right? So,
it's
I think
hard.
the second suspect, if they fled, they could have gotten resisting arrest because they did technically run. If we had an officer available to pursue them, that would have been a second 95. That at least
I enjoyed the conversation. Oh hell yeah, Corinne! I appreciate that. Which
I didn't.
Which conversation? I've had a couple
that would be
recently, but I
don't know if you.
I try and keep it as as open minded. What was the last thing you said? I'm sorry, I was just finishing up my statement.
I was just saying I didn't see any charge that was applicable for Ming because of what he had done. MP.
A lot of the times,
what do you think?
A lot of the times, if the passenger gets out and doesn't resist, I will usually let them go.
Okay, that's my mindset as well. Because
also, can you read my statement and let me know if you like it? I don't know.
Yeah, I will. But
sorry.
Okay, another question though. With possession of stolen goods, since it is like constructive possession, is that something where if we did arrest all three, they would all get that same charge or just one?
So typically,
how does that work?
Here's my mindset. If it's in the trunk and I go for the driver.
I accumulate that with driver.
Yeah, driver. Now, if it's in the glove box, now everybody has access to that in the cabin of the vehicle. Now I would argue constructive possession. So what happened with the case that happened where the two cops went to court, that whole thing I was just telling before.
Yeah.
The passenger would have had access to grab that marijuana. He didn't resist on scene when his buddy got in the car and fled with the drugs. But because he was being looked at for constructive possession, at that point now now we need to hold him until we can get the driver back, which we did. And the driver took ownership, which means they didn't have to both get it. But Rhodes was ready to charge both of them with the marijuana unless one of them admitted to it.
Okay, that makes sense. I agree with that. I didn't know.
No, you're good.
I wanted to make sure.
All good.
I don't find any like embarrassment from being like, I don't know what to do here. Like, I feel like some people do these days, and we need to crack
Oh,
that out
yeah,
of people. 'Cause
Corinne.
if you don't know,
No,
someone else
definitely.
might know, and there's things that
I
I know
support and
that you might
I
not know.
I fuck with that.
and
I mean, hey,
I think that's okay.
that's me at the end of the day. I am my own person. Most definitely. Oh my God, Frost is on Foot Falcon patrol. What the fuck?
What does that mean?
Guess he's on foot patrol. We're gonna have a kidnapped officer.
Okay. Well, no, your pursuit is good. Thank you, Flop.
I got
appreciate
you.
that.
I got you. There were a couple points there where I pulled off when I should have been more vocal. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. To be quite honest, at this point in my scenario, I have the utmost worst headaches in the entire world in the city. I think I'm probably one of the worst.
I was gonna say
And the fact that
Southside
I'm-
is unfucking
Yeah,
bearable.
the fact that I'm even able to pursue at this point and I'm holding on for dear life, just you hoes wait when I can clock the fuck in properly. These bitches are gonna be scared of me, to be honest, is the point that I'm at.
Lucas, I don't know about that. I'm kind of scared about that.
I'm just saying.
Listen,
I'm doing
Lucas,
this with
I need
blinking at like
you
five.
you to look real quick, okay? If you
Okay.
do that,
Yeah.
I might lose my spot.
What do you mean?
I need you to
What do you mean
look.
You might lose your plot.
Listen, I'm gonna have competition.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna have competition, Luke. You don't understand.
Listen, Flop, with all due respect, we had competition with me as soon as I was a cadet, of course. Okay? And these
I'm
bitches
talking
can
about
never
a
compete
different
or compare.
competition, okay?
What kind of competition?
What's your PayPal? We call that competition in these streets.
Girl, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna get you, ho.
Listen,
Shut up.
I'm just saying, these streets is fucking cold out here, okay? I don't need someone.
You're so stupid. Shut up.
What do you mean?
I'm fucking crying.
Yeah, that's wilded. Also, I think my statement's pretty great. It's probably unprofessional, but I really want to keep it.
No, you're good.
I said the vehicle was hit multiple times before.
Linebacker bodied like a bat out of hell. That was the most fucking fucking comment I've heard from you, Flop.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Listen, I hold it down.
Did you really write Lavendar? Really, Flop?
Wait, where? When?
You spelled my last name wrong. I'm depressed now. I'm gonna cry.
Wait, when? Oh my God! Wait,
Spelled
I
it with
did.
an
I
A.
did. I
I
did.
can't believe you would do that to me.
I'm sorry. What happened again?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, your incident command. I still think this ICS thing is the stupidest thing in the whole world, but it's okay.
The incident command?
Yeah, I do not agree with that at all whatsoever. I think it actually demotivates newer officers in attempting to.
No, incident command is something different.
Well, no, because it technically is like, I don't think people understand like the confidence that comes from like calling for PBS is approved or calling for oh girl, what the hell?
Yo, Laylo, happy birthday to ya.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't think people understand the confidence that comes from calling for hitbox spike or calling for like just like leading in general. I guess I understand the mindset of that, like it'll get to a point where things get so hectic that some people just quite frankly will not be competent or readily available to do that yet.
I think incident command is a different thing though, because if you're first on scene, I still consider you lead, right? Like I'll jump in and guide here and there, but the way that incident command was, because I was given incident command once, and the way that it was described to me was major large form factor scenes where everyone's trying to take lead and no one really is a lead. I went up to Slacks and I'm like, listen, like this scene is fucking awful right now. I know you're just getting on this, but we've been dealing with this for an hour and it is just getting worse. And he goes, do you want incident command? I said, sure. Slacks got on radio and said, all right, I'm opening up for incident command. Flop is the only voice you should be listening to. And the way that it was described to me was I have say over the captains for that scene.
Yeah, that's not what was described.
Really?
From Turner, at least to myself and the academy that we were at.
Okay, well then
Incident
I need
command
to.
was specifically on if there was, again, like you said, large scene but that it would it's a role that is potentially supposed to be for something like a sergeant to take over or a captain or like something like that in regards, and for them to be initial lead. And it's the same,
I'm
and
gonna
in the
check your
same breath,
SOPs. Now I'm curious how it's written, because if two captains are saying something different, I shouldn't be shocked.
yeah, because
But now I'm confused.
I got something completely different. I think eventually with what I'm trying to build with this potential unit, I think they will be doing what we kind of had the idea of in the past of having full control and like lead over pursuits. So if you were
So
certified for that, you would hop on a chase and you would have like full authority to make those calls, right? Because is just how it would go, right?
yeah.
But the ICS thing worries me because it I feel like I've been seeing it used even like to like basic bare bones stuff. Like requesting a senior for potential pits. Well, what if that senior isn't on the pursuit? How are they supposed to know if it was actually reckless?
Well,
I feel like everyone should have the
I
qualifications
usually
in a pursuit to understand if it's reckless or not. No.
I would agree. Typically, like I'll trust the person on scene. A lot of the times, I think people need to learn like when it's comfortable. You know what I mean? Also, by the way,
Of course.
real quick, the incident command is management system for large scale situations. Incident command system will be initiated when A+ officers are involved in a situation or it is deemed high risk. When incident command assumes control of a situation, they will need to ask the lead officer for a rundown. Blah blah blah.
Right, but ask the rundown. But the people asking the rundown, the people that will qualify for incident
I
command,
want to get out of here.
I think is literally like
I want to
sergeant
get out of here.
plus, or currently right now seniors. 'Cause that's all we have. That's how.
If you approve PBS, I wouldn't doubt it if you were primary.
Well, but I think that's also like your faith in me, though. No.
Well, here's the thing. I think the only way people learn how to step up is to be put in those positions. So if I got a radio and I'm like, Lucas, you are leading this scene.
Yeah.
Because I've given that responsibility to people. Lucas, you're leading the scene. You are the responsibility to approve PBS and not. I'm putting that on you. You have the torch. This is you. So I will give people that responsibility.
Yeah.
The walls are closing in, dude. I actually feel claustrophobic in this fucking PD right now.
It worried me, I guess, in the future for if. So,
we have been told that's going to be a system that always changes, too. So.
Yeah. I think with what I was talking about with Berk about my ideas for what I want to create, I think will assist in my worries for like pursuits and stuff, because I agree with it and I disagree with it in some regards, especially when we get to the point where people are oh so crazy and like we've had officers been open fired upon and we've literally had shootouts, you know.
Yeah,
I much prefer someone like of command rank to lead that over than some officer that might not be confident in calls, etc. Right? I prefer that. But and in the same breath, I prefer that for pursuits as well, to be honest. But if our mindset, I feel like in this day and age with the PD is a heavy focus on training, at least for the time like that we're in.
Understandable for sure. Yeah.
I feel like it's a little like opposite from what we're trying to do, if that makes sense. If people feel like they're not like allowed to be in those situations, then I could see just confusion is more lines what I'm trying to say is that they just won't try.
Chat, my belts come today. Let's go. I got belts.
When in reality,
I ordered new belts.
You're just there as the backup.
Geeking.
But really, they should be doing it no matter what, right? Because they're the ones that need to learn. You or not.
Sure.
I think that's my thing. Maybe it just needs to be clarified better. Because, like you said, we just had a prime example of you heard something like a complete 180 to what I heard about it. And those are from two captains.
Yeah.
So
check the SOP on that. If Turner said that, I'm gonna remind him that like, hey, that's not.
Well, he said that to me a long time ago. Like, I think my second cadet shift, which was my last cadet shift, and then I got promoted to PPO.
Yeah, because you're too good. You too good. Come on.
Well, no, I'm
You-
humble too. Okay, there's things I don't know,
Mhm.
but it was just probably not needed. But that one confused me.
I want to leave.
bad.
I want to leave. I want to leave. Love you, Lucas. I want to leave.
I understand though.
Mhm.
I guess honestly, it's one of those things where the reality is, and we said this about the cadets as well. Like the cadets will need retraining in some aspects because they're getting signed off to continue going up the ranks
Chat favorite
without
ice cream.
having to ever really get in a crazy pursuit or get in these crazy calls.